and welcome along to another episode of You're the Ref, our silly little quiz. No, Craig, you're the ref. Our silly little quiz where these lads work out 3 controversial refereeing scenarios and ask what would Keith Hackett do and what does the rulebook say. The book is signed, Craig, by Howard Webb, World Cup final referee, who tells us when he does so.
Good guy, Howard. Good guy.
He is a good guy, and he featured in one of our earlier episodes. In fact, I think our first ever video one, if I remember rightly.
It was up there.
And more importantly, you've got to match the answers of Keith Hackett, who is the only ref that matters for this quiz. It is based on the book You Are the Ref. We have had some problems with them, but the book is still good, so we're remaining neutral.
We do actually enjoy the book, people. It's a very good book.
And we tried to give them positive publicity, but unfortunately they didn't want it. So
we might buy a newer one. Just it's been nice.
Well, I don't know if I want to put any more money in their pockets after the way they treat us. But anyway.
We didn't put money in the pocket in the first place.
Well, no, it's true. Actually, no, I got it from a charity shop. Anyway, carry on.
More importantly, Charlie Betts picked the page number this week, and he went for page number 84. And he's got another mountain of a man. You may even say a lion of a man, because that man is Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Oh, hello.
Craig Savage, the Manchester United fan, is very happy all of a sudden.
We're in a lovely Colombia, Todd.
Very lovely indeed. However, we've got 3 controversial refereeing scenarios, and I'm going to ask you, lads, what you would do if you were the referee. So, number 1. A player you've already booked commits another bookable offence, but the opposition have a clear goal-scoring chance, so you play on. You decide to send him off when the ball next goes out of play. But as play continues, the move peters out and is booted upfield to the other end. You watch in horror as the player you plan to dismiss now scores with a long-range volley.
Oh,
what are you going to do, gentlemen?
Shit.
Fucking hell.
That's a cracker, that, to be fair.
This is the first question. You got me stumped.
I think I've got an answer if you want me to go, Craig. Or I can wait.
You can ramble. I'm thinking.
So I think, in a bizarre set of circumstances, you've got to allow the goal but then send him off. Because you played advantage, you can't bring the foul back. Because you've obviously played a clear advantage. However, whichever way you dress it up, he has committed a bookable offence. So I'm going for, even though it would be the most ridiculous thing to have to do, award the goal, but then also send him off.
Craig?
Did you say that you played the advantage?
Yes. Because there was a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Charlie, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to agree. I think Charlie's spot on. But knowing Keith will have another reason why.
Well,
he'll probably call it incompetent at one point, because he normally does. But anyway.
To be fair, you two...
You can't stop, like, after it's been hoofed away, because the ball's still in play. You can't stop a game, unless it was obviously a head injury, for example. But I can't see... I can't... I think it's been cleared. Advantage is gone. This ball's still in play. The guy's unfortunately scored. But yeah, I agree with Charlie.
Well, I'm quite glad because you've got out of jail here because you two have both given an incredibly short answer and Keith Hackett has taken all the airtime from you, so no need to worry. Let's read on, shall we?
Oh, no.
It wasn't right.
Well, let's read the answer and then we can get your opinion on it. You should have stopped the play long before the player had a chance to score.
I knew he'd call us incompetent.
I knew it.
But actually, hang on, this is line 1 of 600, so hang on a minute. But as you didn't, you should now disallow the goal. Show the player a red card and restart with a free kick close to the original offence.
What?
Hang on, there's more to come. I'll get your reaction afterwards. This is a mess and it should never have happened. The situation is clear.
We said this.
We did. The situation is very clear in Keith's mind. Any player, and this is the interesting bit, any player committing a second cautionable offence should be sent off immediately. Okay?
Right.
The only exception is when you believe the opponents have a clear, obvious goal-scoring chance, which you did. So in this situation, you were right to play on, but you should have stopped the play the moment the chance was no longer obvious. Because that is the only reason you could be playing on. So once that obvious chance goes, you must stop the game immediately. But there's more.
Oh, God.
When the ball was cleared, you should have blown up, dismissed the player and restarted with an indirect free kick from where the ball was in play. No, from where the ball was when play was stopped.
Who we won the indirect free kick to?
the team who had initially been fouled.
So
they get 2 bites of the cherry.
Essentially.
There's a few things to unpack there. I agree that there is incompetence on our part, even though Keith created the situation. But anyway, I agree with that. However, I can't see how you can bring back play. What I assume is 10, 15 seconds.
Probably
more.
I can't see how you get away with that. I just, as a referee, I cannot see how fans, pundits, media would let you do that. I can't believe that's a rule. I'm sorry, I've got to disagree with Keith there. I disagree with him a lot, to be honest, and I'm going to disagree with him again.
Well, technically, you're disagreeing with IFAB there, aren't you?
Well, I just can't. Is that a rule, though? I'm sure if you played an advantage.
When have you ever seen it?
Because I guess no referees got themselves into that mess before.
No. Well, I'm obviously we're wrong, but I know we're right.
We're the ref. We made the decision. We're right.
Well, if you learn this week, you've agreed, and it's cost you both. So pay attention to that for the next 2 questions.
Well, it's common sense.
Well, common sense is something that's often not in the laws of the game, Craig, and we all know that very well by now.
And Keith Hackett, anyway.
Oh, yeah, you said it, not me.
On to number 2. Makes a change for it to be Charlie, but on to number 2. You award a free kick. In an attempt to stop it being taken quickly, an opponent deliberately stands in front of the ball, something we've seen before. You warn him and tell him not to do it again, but at the next free kick, he does. Exasperated, the free kick taker kicks the ball at the player, who screams out in apparent agony. What do you do?
Kicks out or kicks the ball, sorry?
Kicks the ball, and the player screams in agony because it hits.
This is such a great... I see this so often. It's such a grey area.
Because I don't think I've ever seen... Well, first of all, let's get the first bit of the way. You book the player for deliberate time wasting. Oh, sorry, delaying the restart of the game.
Okay.
That's the actual term.
Yeah.
That's the first bit. The second bit, it's obviously it's simulation, but you don't... you could book him for that, because it's technically delaying again. And you tell the man to get the hell up.
What are you going to do anything with a kick taker who's kicked the ball in?
No, because he's trying to take a quick free kick.
Okay.
I mean, why should he get booked?
Fair enough. Charlie?
That's so me saying, why should he not get booked? No, why should
you obviously have to book him for, as Craig says, delaying the game or whatever it's called. But because it's, I think in your judgment, it's not he's not deliberately trying to knock the ball into the box or whatever. He's made a clear attempt to drill the ball at the player. I reckon you could. I reckon you could book him for. I can't think what the term would be. It would be violent conduct.
Well, just use
ungentlemanly conduct.
Yeah, just use our favourite.
Possibly. Yeah, I think you could do him for that.
You can't book.
But he's drilled the ball at him deliberately. It's not like he's tried to pass it to the other man and the fellow who stood in front intercepts it. So I'm going halfway with Craig.
You can interpret the drill it. You can interpret drill. Is it with the lasers or with the cipher?
Well, you know what I mean? If it says he's deliberately smashed the ball at him. I mean, you can't book the player for simulation because the ball hit him from what I would assume is a yard to 2 yards. So yeah, that's my final answer. Book him for delaying the restart player, whatever it is, but also book him for ungentlemanly conduct for deliberately smashing the ball at the bloke.
But what about the guy on the floor now, Charlie? You didn't think about that?
The physio comes on.
Oh, come on.
Well, I'm glad we've got different answers. So Craig Savage is booking only the player who delayed the restart. Charlie Betts is booking both. Let's see who's right.
And bringing the physio on.
It's sort of between the two, actually. So, both correct in the sense that you show the defending player a yellow card for, as Craig rightly said, delaying a restart, which is the term used. However, Keith says he would also acknowledge the frustration felt by the kick taker, but warn him, not
I was going to say warn him.
Warn him. Well, you didn't, Craig, so you didn't.
No, I was going to, but Charlie just kept going on and on and on.
Look, Charlie's the star of the show. We need to accept that. But warn him not to take direct action again, okay? So no yellow card, but a warning. So Craig Savage, you will get a point. Charlie, unfortunately, doesn't. But again, it's just one of those things that is really unfair. But
to be honest, I can see where you came from.
The aggression of that. Anyway, we know that Keith likes aggression.
And I think if you had a more sort of stern dictator to like referee, sort of a Pierluigi Collina, I reckon he would have got the yellow out there.
Yeah,
so I think it's just because Keith's written it is because the reason Charlie's not getting the point.
Or Charlie, Polish Joe.
Yeah, Polish
Joe would have.
I'm sure that's a local nickname for him, isn't it? But yeah.
So Craig is now in the lead with 1 to go, but can Charlie get back on level terms?
Okay. Form's not been great.
We're into the final question to find out, okay? So we start in the penalty area.
Shite.
A defender pulls an opposition striker's long dreadlocks. We've been in this sort of territory before. And obviously, Zlatan long hair, not dreadlocks, but sort of in a sense. But they come away in his hands. They are loose hair extensions.
Ooh.
We are niche here. The striker plays on, but the move comes to nothing. The question that Keith wants to ask you is, do you give a penalty? Is the pulling of the hair extensions a foul? Is it considered the same as pulling a shirt, essentially, is the question.
See, I vaguely remember Ian Wright did this to Reggie Blinker in the 90s, which is a very niche sort of 90s reference, deep cut reference there. Well, but I don't think it was... But I'm sure Ian Wright got sent off for that. But it wasn't a foul.
I remember, you go 90s, I go 2000. I remember Peter Crouch doing it to Trinidad and Tobago in the World Cup.
Yeah, but that was to pull himself up for a header, wasn't it?
That was accidental.
Ian Wright did it maliciously as he ran past Reggie Blinker. He yanked it.
So it was in the penalty area. So was the attacking? Sorry, was the defender pulling the hair down?
He was pulling the loose hair extension, not knowing it was a hair extension. Of course, it was the only thing he could reach, and it pulled out the hair extension. Is that a foul? Is it considered the same as pulling a shirt, pulling a short, or anything else on the body?
So I'll be honest. I'll tell you where I am. I'm in two places here. Firstly, that I remember saying about the Reggie Blinker thing, but I also remember reading a story once, like I shared on my podcast a few years ago, about a man whose prosthetic arm come off and punched a goalkeeper when he went up for a corner. And
it shows how long this lockdown's been, because it was only a matter of a few months ago you said this.
Oh, was it really? Oh, it was years ago.
Was it Christmas time you said that?
Yeah, about Christmas.
Either way, that man got sent off. So
based on those two, you can't not give a foul, can you?
No, that's what I mean. I think I have to give a penalty. And
what card?
Well, that's the thing, because I'm sure Ian Wright got sent off for it, because it's like a deliberate... It's not just pulling a shirt to try and... he's talking about... It'd be the same as pulling someone's ear or, touching it. Right, okay, I'll tell you what, penalty red card.
Oh, Craig.
Gone bold to try and pull back a draw.
I thought Craig was taking a penalty there. He couldn't look. He was doing the old Jakubu. Turn away and step up. This has got you, Craig, isn't it?
I'm going to say...
To be fair, these questions have been good.
Very good questions.
This line, Zlatan, has been good.
That's the quality. That's the quality we need. The quality of player. Quality... No,
Stop stalling, Craig. What's your answer? And I've got a Chinese I want to get, so...
Right, okay. I'm going to say penalty.
Yeah.
And the yellow card.
Why yellow?
Because it's just a foul.
See, mine would count as violent conduct, I think.
It depends on the yank.
It's enough he pulls his hair out. So I've gone, yeah.
No, penalty in yellow.
Fair enough. Okay. Craig was 1-0 up. Charlie could get back on level terms, or Craig can complete a very comprehensive victory. And I can confirm that Craig Savage has done so. It is a 2-0 victory. And the reason is, yes, you award a penalty. The defender has committed an offence, as Charlie alluded to. However, you've lost your basic roots of football. You've made it too complicated. The defender has not committed a foul that constitutes a clear goal-scoring opportunity. So it can only be a yellow card. It's as simple as that.
But for me, all I'm going to argue with very quickly, even though I've lost, is that you would grab someone's hair. Surely that's like grabbing their head. That's violent conduct.
It is listed as unsporting behaviour / ungentlemanly conduct.
No, grabbing someone's boot is unsporting behaviour. Not grabbing their head. It's essentially, whatever you want to say, the fellow who grabbed it did not know they were hair extensions. As far as he's concerned, that was the bloke's hair, and he's going to yank his hair back. I'm sorry, Keith, that's bollocks.
Well, I mean, you could take it up with an assault charge afterwards.
Exactly. Well, how is it assault but only a yellow card? You'd get arrested for that if you did that in the street. And yet, apparently, according to Keith fucking Hackett, it's a yellow card. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry.
I don't think Craig thinks it's ridiculous. I think Craig's delighted.
No, to be honest, it's like the same with like pulling someone's shoulder or something like that. But
it's not, no, it's his head. It's his hair, no less. Yeah, I pull your shoulder. That doesn't hurt anywhere near as much as me grabbing a cloth.
You could yank my shoulder out.
Yeah, but you couldn't yank it off your body, though, could you? He pulled the bloke's hair off. I'm sorry, but even if they're hair extensions or not, if you've pulled someone's hair extensions enough to pull out that, you could do exactly the same with someone's hair.
I think
Keith, that's horse poop. That's what that is.
I can only see if he was literally running through on goal and then he pulled his dreads.
But if he did in the centre circle, we're still sending off. I'm sorry, that's one of the most ridiculous answers. If I punch you in the centre circle or punch you in the 18-yard box, I get sent off. It's exactly the same.
That's violent conduct.
Well, to be fair, Charlie, he is saying it's the same offence whether you do it on the halfway or there. It's not a goal scoring opportunity. He's done it everywhere. It's a yellow card. No, but we're going in circles.
Pulling someone's shirt is a yellow card. Pulling someone's hair is not.
You've made your opinion clear, Charlie, but regardless of that, it is a 2-0 win for Craig Savage. Second week in a row, I believe, that you've won, Craig. And the reason it's the second week in a row, and I remember that, is because we recorded the last one 15 minutes ago. Yeah. However, thank you very much for watching, as always. If you did enjoy the video, please put a thumbs up on it. Let us know what you think of the answer that's enraged Charlie. Do you agree or disagree?
Next time you play, pull someone's hair, see what happens. That's all I'm going to say.
Please, kids at home, do not do that. Oh, you shouldn't be watching because Charlie's a potty mouth. So
that is the opinion of Charlie Vets and Charlie Vets only, not the Honest Football Podcast.
Ridiculous.
Absolutely. Myself and Craig, for once, I'm in a group with Craig here of professionalism in a football match.
However, absolute outrage.
However, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and catch up with all of the regular content in the eye above, including interviews with current and former pros, matchday vlogs from back when football was a thing, and much, much more. Thank you very much for watching. Follow us on Twitter at HonestFootball3 to stay up to date with all of the regular goings on. And fingers crossed we'll see you next time.